Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Tyrone. Tyrone is a name of Irish origin, from the Gaelic Tír Eoghain meaning land of Eoghan. Many etymologists speculate that Eoghan comes from the Irish Gaelic meaning born of the yew tree, while others assume it's the Irish equivalent of the English Eugene, a name brought to England in the 11th century by way of the Norman French from the Greek eugenios, epsilon upsilon gamma epsilon nu iota omicron, meaning well-born, noble. According to Irish history, Eoghan mac Néill was the 5th century son of Néill of the Nine Hostages, one of the High Kings of Ireland. This clearly predates the presence of the Normans in Ireland, so we like to think the name does indeed mean born of the yew tree. The yew tree was sacred to the ancient Celts and revered almost as highly as the oak. They believed the yew symbolized immortality and had certain mystical powers, which is why the ancient Celtic Druids used wood from the yew tree in the construction of their magic wands. Eoghan also became an Irish king in his own right and founded the Tír Eoghain, present-day County Tyrone, Northern Ireland. Tír Eoghain would eventually be anglicized to Tyrone or Tyrone, which is how we arrived at Tyrone. It was a relatively unknown name outside the Irish borders until a handsome Irish-American actor named Tyrone Power achieved fame in the Gilded Age of Hollywood, 1930s-50s. Americans went gangbusters over this name starting in the late 1930s thanks to the matinee idol and romantic star of the silver screen. Later on, the name was embraced among African Americans who maintained its popularity in the 1970s. Today, sadly, Tyrone is largely a forgotten name, although it still does remarkably well in New Zealand and Australia. Personality of the boy named Tyrone. The number 7 personality is deeply mystical and highly in tune with their spirituality. They operate on a different wavelength than the average Joe. Spending time alone comes easily to 7s, as it gives them time to contemplate philosophical, religious, and spiritual ideas in an effort to find real truth. 7s are wise, but often exude mystery as if they are tapped into something the rest of us don't understand. They love the outdoors and are fed by nature. 7s are constantly seeking to understand human nature, our place in the universe, and the mystery of life in general. This makes them quite artistic and poetic, but they are also keen observers with high intellect, so they are equally scientific-minded. 7s are charitable and care deeply about the human condition. Popularity of the boy named Tyrone. If you look at the chart below, you can see how Tyrone achieved almost instant success as a boy's name in America. As mentioned above, this is all owed to the celebrity of actor Tyrone Power. The name came out of the woodwork in 1937 and soared up the charts with rapid-fire speed. At the end of 1936, a completely unknown actor named Tyrone Power made a name for himself in the film Lloyds of London. Immediately he became a household name. His star power racked up more currency hit after hit, and his box office clout in the late 1930s was surpassed only by Mickey Rooney. Parents across America responded by naming scores of baby boys Tyrone as the 1940s got underway. Testament to the name's appeal, Tyrone maintained a high moderate position on the charts long after Tyrone Power's career was over. In fact, the high point of the name's success came in 1970 when Tyrone was ranked number 132 out of 1,000. Perhaps never a top 100 favorite, Tyrone still saw impressive national usage. The name was particularly favored among African Americans during the 1970s, as evidenced by Tyrone's consistent placement on the top 100 lists in states where there's the highest concentration of blacks: Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, and South Carolina especially. Unfortunately, the 21st century has been less kind to this ancient Irish moniker. Popularity has diminished greatly as Tyrone's drops on the charts have become more pronounced in recent years. We still have hope for his resurrection, although we may have to wait a generation or two before he's rediscovered. In the meantime, Tyrone is a super cool name that conjures up many positive adjectives for us: handsome, swashbuckling, immortal, magical, strong, and confident. Quick facts on Tyrone. Gender, boy. Origin, Celtic. Number of syllables, 2. Ranking popularity, 794. Pronunciation, Tyrone. Simple meaning, born of the U. Characteristics of Tyrone. Mystical, intuitive, imaginative, solitary, philosophical, eccentric, wise. Cultural references to the baby name, Tyrone. Literary characters of the baby name Tyrone. Tyrone Slothrop is the American lieutenant working for Allied intelligence near the end of World War II in Thomas Pynchon's entertainingly bizarre and intricate 1973 novel, Gravity's Rainbow. This Tyrone is likable enough, and the absurdity of his undertakings is entertaining and amusing, but we want to say that putting a beautiful name like Tyrone next to a name like Slothrop almost, not quite, but almost ruins Tyrone. So don't do it. We are informed that the full name is an anagram for sloth or entropy, and that's just fine. Let's leave it at that. Popular songs on Tyrone. A song by Erykah Badu, a skit by Helta Skelta, explicit, Tyrone, call Tyrone. Famous people named Tyrone. Tyrone Marshall, soccer player, Tyrone Guthrie, theatrical director, Tyrone Willingham, college football coach, Tyrone Power, screen legend, Tyrone Corbin, basketball coach, Tyrone Davis, soul singer. Historic figures with the name Tyrone. Tyrone Power was a highly popular American movie star, particularly through the 1940s and 1950s, with an impeccable pedigree in English theatre on his father Euro's side. His dashing good looks made him a natural for the type of swashbuckling role he played in such romantic movies as The Mark of Zorro and Captain from Castile, although he always strived for more serious roles on the stage, both in America and England. Ironically, probably his best-known role had him cast against type as the cheating womanizer accused of murder in 1957 Eos in Witness for the prosecution. Tyrone Power served with distinction in the Marine Corps during World War II. Married 3 times, he sired 2 daughters and a son who was born after his death. Tyrone Power died of a heart attack at the tragically young age of 44.